boys, today we've received confirmation that bosses are coming to Saitama Battlegrounds. Nobody really saw it coming, but here it is. So basically, in an announcement from the lead developer of the game, Gojo Fan, they said this: I want to add monsters in the future. Some would be human-sized, and some would be around the same size as the map. So he's essentially talking about adding monsters to the game that'll fight the player. My immediate thought is that this could be a new game mode. Like, for example, how we have duels. It would be like that, but for fighting bosses. Or it could be like the private server command for Battle Royale. Essentially, if you own the private server Game Pass and you come up here, you can press Battle Royale. And that allows the entire server to fight to the death until you have one player left. It's a pretty cool game mode, and I could see them doing something similar to that for private servers. So you enable it and you can fight monsters. But I feel like this update would take way too much work to only put it in private servers. I feel like this would definitely have to be its own mode that every player in the game could play. Now, as for what these monsters would be, I think it would be so cool if we had like the Attack on Titan Colossal Titans. Imagine the sight of a Titan just looming on the horizon. I don't know, I think it would be so cool. Now, I know this is a far stretch, but bear with me. If there was Titans added to the game, I could even see us getting Eren Yeager added. Imagine how cool the moves would be. You grapple onto an opponent and then slice them up with the swords. It's a far stretch and it probably won't happen, but I'd love to see it. I'm also curious what kind of moves these monsters are gonna have. Are the monsters gonna have their own moveset? Are they gonna have moves at all, or will they just punch? I can imagine the smaller monsters are probably gonna have pretty weak moves, but the bigger monsters are probably gonna have big moves that we have to counteract. Also, speaking of the monsters having small moves, if they did decide to go that route, then we could have a wave defense mode, where it starts off easy and you just have to kill one or two monsters with very basic moves, but as it progresses, you get more and more monsters and bigger opponents. Or maybe we'll have a mode where all the big monsters and small monsters are mixed together and you just have to try and kill all of them, or as many as you can. I'd also imagine this is probably gonna be multiplayer as well, so you can fight some monsters with your friends. And I can definitely also see them adding this to the private server commands list. For example, the same way that I can spawn in a dummy like this, I'd also be able to spawn in a boss. And if that gets implemented, it'll be super useful because we can use that to train combos. Because the weakest dummy is cool, but he's not exactly trying to get out of your moves. He just kind of sits there while he gets beat up. Anyways, let me know what you think of all of this in the comments. Also, if you want to stay up to date for when more leaks and announcements like this happen, consider subscribing down below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Peace.